Welcome back. As you can see, we have Maximus. I guess we're going to try and shed some weight out of this baby. We have a fiberglass cab. This is extremely hard to mount because it's a big floppy noodle. It really doesn't fit very well. I guess it's not bad. So I'm tasked with fitting the doors. So the doors used to mount off the A-pillar on the cab. Well, you really can't do that on fiberglass. If you notice any pro mods, they have full fiberglass bodies and they'll cut like here and here and then mount the doors off of the cage. So that's what I have to do with this. I'm no body man, so this takes me extra time and I'm not very good at it, I don't think. What else are we doing? Oh, tons of titanium. Titanium 4-link bars, titanium wishbone, titanium steering. I've already done a couple things. We moved the steering when he was here. I didn't do any of that. Again, this was like a rehab project. The cage portion itself and like the rear frame rails, I left in it. I guess the biggest reason why one of these is heavy is because it's much wider and taller than an S10. Go figure. It's a full-size truck. I haven't done any S10s, but like when I bend a Mustang main hoop, it's like 10 foot long to start. And when I bent one of these, it's like 3 foot longer. It's like 13 foot. So you're already much bigger, you know. Take that down the whole length of the truck. That's why it's much heavier. Also, this one was built with, I think the guy only had 1 5/8 tubing. Whatever. I'm going to get some weight out of it. I think full throttle signs, composites, whatever. They're making belly pans out of carbon. They're going to take the aluminum ones that I made and I think just reproduce them out of carbon. So we should save, we're hoping to save 120 pounds out of the whole truck, which I think at the speeds that it goes, maybe a half a tenth. But they're not out of power. We just have to get it in faster. We're hoping to go over a tenth faster, which would be phenomenal. So I have to get it. So because this is all fiberglass, there's really no mounting points. So I have a little squirt gun here, 2-part squirt gun, some 3M panel bond adhesive. I'm going to make mounts and bond it to the fiberglass. Rivet it too, probably. I guess we got to get into it. The hardest part about like stuff like this is like, if I touch that back corner, that entire side moves. The whole thing moves. So I got to start at the back, mount the back corners because I have like the bed sides and body lines to go off of. Then I'll work my way forward. I guess let's get to it. Well, before we get to it, let's just back up a second and I'll show you how we put the cab on the truck in the first place. Here we have a whole fiberglass cab for Maximus. It's significantly lighter. Wish it was carbon, then it'd be even lighter. But we have to cut the back out of this for now. And because of it, there's bars that run underneath like the tonneau cover in this truck. I'll show you. But because of that, you can't like slide it down over. So we have to cut a lot of the back out. I'm gonna go take some measurements from the old cab because it's already cut out, obviously. And transfer it to this, cut this out, and we'll start fitting it. So here is the old cab. You can see that it is cut out. And I think I have to cut more of the cowl on that piece. That piece has like some cowl left. I have to cut it out because there's pieces up top that help mount the front end that need to be gone to be able to fit this. My biggest concern, if you ever look at like Pro Mods or Pro 275 cars, they mount the doors off of the frame or the chassis. This one, the doors are mounted off the cab because this was still a steel cab. Everything fit. So I have to cut like the A-pillar out of the new cab. You can't mount doors to fiberglass and expect them to stay. You could, But when this thing goes 250 mile an hour this year at World Cup, they may just exit stage left, right? So this is, mounting doors is the worst. Mounting doors on this is going to be harder. The body lines on a truck from front to back. I spent a lot of time mounting the bed on this truck. So, and I'm pretty proud of it, because if you look, you get down and look, that body line is straight. It should, like, especially this being black, any pictures of it, the body line is just, so I'm pretty proud of how I mount on the bed. So now I have to do a cab from some other composite manufacturer. Anyway, let's just get to it. Take some measurements here and transfer it to the other one. Here we go, cutting into fiberglass. I've got as much PPE as I'm gonna wear. It's hot out, so I'm gonna keep shorts on. But fiberglass makes you itchy, so cover up. First we cut the back out. Now we're cutting that cowl out, like I said. Now we can lift it into place. This cab is only about 50 pounds to begin with, and I probably cut, I don't know, another 10 pounds out. The back of that was pretty thick. Once it fell down into place here, we're just gonna kind of take a look at it and see what we got to do to make all the body lines fit. I have 4 of these adjustable pipe jacks. They're a little too tall, but I can take a piece out, and just makes it a little harder to adjust, but they'll work for us. Now underneath the truck, I have to cut a little bit away of the rocker to clear the number 1 bar or the rear cross member. And now comes the daunting process of making these body lines line up. There's, again, 3 different composite companies here, between the front end, the door, and the bed. We have to make them line up. This isn't even close to half the amount of time that I spent just looking. And once we're happy with the body lines in the back, we have to start with this back corner. I made some brackets out of some metal, and I'm about to scribe the hole for the mounting points. Then we'll use our panel bond adhesive and glue them to the cab. Well, I think we've got the back set. We did the back 2 points first. Where'd it go? Be right back. So my panel bond adhesive is a 90-minute work time. That means I can work with it for 90 minutes before it kind of like starts to harden. 4-hour clamp time, so like I needed to stay on everything for 4 hours, and 24-hour cure time. I apparently didn't know that when I bought it. So pay attention to that. So we got the back corner set. We had to set those before we did anything else, because again, it's just a floppy noodle. So yeah, I guess we just wait. Then tomorrow, we'll do the rest of them. Until then. So we've got, it's all cured. So the back can't move. I'm gonna put rivets through it too. Up through the bottom, just to secure it more. And then I'm gonna have him like fiberglass over the edges, just to secure it some more. This thing's probably gonna go 250 mile an hour this year at World Cup. That'd be pretty cool. So we're gonna have to make sure this can really stay on. I may have to like brace the roof. I don't know, it might be actually kind of strong. But now we can move on to the rest, basically. I'm gonna do mounts on the top and the back. Mounts on the top and the front. That's so hard to do this backwards. But when I mounted the original cab, like some mounts were already there, but I made some new ones. Because it has such a long work time, I'm gonna be able to do all the other mounts with just one tip. I guess let's get to it. Well, with the back secure, I guess let's move on to mounting everything else. First, I'm going to start by measuring the width of the pinch welds. I have a good steel cab, so I can go off of how wide they're actually supposed to be. I think we'll start by mounting the bottom of the rocker here. That mounting point is pretty easy to get to, pretty easy to make a mount for. So yeah, let's start there. Now let's throw a door on, get it kind of leveled up, check some body lines out here, huh? Now let's bring the front end in and we can kind of get a glimpse of it from front to back here for the first time. But we also run into a gigantic problem. Well, that is far from ideal, huh? So I'm gonna start doing some more measurements from the steel cab to this cab. Well, it seems that our door jambs are maybe a touch narrow. So I'm gonna cut the cow out of this. It needs one built out of metal anyway. And widen them out. We're gonna push them out and fit the doors again and check body lines. Do some more measuring. Well, this situation is less than ideal. I set the cab up. I had the steel cabs outside yet, or in his trailer. So there was mounting points down below here on that cab. So I measured mounting point to mounting point on this. I made sure that the cab out there was the same. You can only move the steel cab maybe ½ inch or something. So I set those mounts up and I measured the pinch welds inside where the door rides. So they're the same between the cabs as far as like the door opening, hopefully. It's pretty close. So I set the pinch welds up. You can't move like this part on the steel cab because there's like still a cow, so it don't move. So I set the pinch welds up the same. I measured across here, top and bottom, well, as far down as I could go because it has a double frame rail. Went outside, same distance down. I measured the steel cab and I set this one up exactly the same as the steel cab as far as pinch welds. Well, as you can see, there's a giant gap when I put the front end on. And I can sort of squeeze the front end in because that's what I think is gonna have to happen. I cut the window cowl out so I could move this a little bit on its own independently also. And I think I'm gonna have to cut the A-pillar out also. I mean, it has to be cut out anyway, but I was hoping to really mount everything before I cut the A-pillar out. But I think I'm just gonna have to move every corner independently. This is, again, much less than ideal. I did measure the jam to jam, and I'm about a ½ inch shorter on this cab than the steel cab. This is door jam to door jam, which should be the same. ½ inch isn't bad. I think a lot of it has to do with this front end, how much it, I mean, you can probably see how much it moves right there. That's just me barely pushing. So I think I'm gonna have to prop the front up, or prop the middle up. And yeah, I don't know, mount from there. I think really the issue lies is we have 3 different composite companies here. This is Featherlight. The cab, I don't remember where it came from. And the doors and bed are from Full Throttle Signs, Composites. So I'm trying to get 3 different composite companies to jive together. It's hard to do. So yeah, I guess we'll just continue on. So I guess let's prop the middle of the hood up and try and pretend like there's a windshield there. This front end is kind of heavy and can't support itself, it seems. It just wants to lay out flat. I guess from here, let's cut the A-pillar out. We'll have to move each corner independently. Once that A-pillar's cut out, I can move the rocker independently. It was kind of low in the front. I've measured, how do I want to put this? I measured both door jambs where like the hinges would mount and they're different side to side. I just have to move everything independently. So we'll stick the door back on it, we'll stick the front end back on it and see what we have to move around to make this work. I'm honestly not really sure if it's worth making it work. Guess you'll have to stay tuned for the next episode. Well, I think we're going